Yes, dear children, today we are taking first chapter motion of your ninth standard. First we will be focusing on syllabus. So what is the syllabus that we are going to do today? First is motion, rest. What is motion, rest, distance, displacement, and then their types of motion. Then we will be going for speed, velocity, acceleration, retardation, and what are the types of speed and velocity. Then equation of motion, very important. Then graphical representation of these all equations and these graphs related to the concepts speed, velocity and types of acceleration, etc. Then uniform circular motion at the last. So first we will be taking motion. So what is motion? Motion or rest are the two terms. Okay, motion means when an object covers or changes its position with respect to time. First we will be taking a reference point. Okay, suppose it reference point you can take anything. I am talking about two persons. Okay, if person A and B, suppose A person is moving towards this reference point, it is going towards this. So its initial position here, if it is changing its position with respect to time, first he was here and now he has reached at the position, this position. Okay, so it means with the time he has traveled something. With this reference point he has covered some distance. Okay, or he has changed its position. When an object changes position with respect to time or with respect to some reference point, then we call it as motion. But at the same time person B is not traveling, so we will be calling it as rest. So this person is at rest because it is not changing the position, but person A has reached from this position to this position, so we will be calling it as person A is in motion. So what is motion? When an object changes position with respect to time, then we are calling it as motion. When a thing is not changing its position with respect to time or stationary, then we are calling it as rest. So we will be taking the next topic is distance. So what is distance and what is displacement? So distance is the length of the path which an object travels. See, this is very basic concept. So first we will be taking distance and another one we will be taking displacement. There is a very slight difference between these two terms. First we will take distance. Distance means suppose first starting point, this is your destination point. So we will be calling it as initial point. Initial point and this will be your final point. Okay. So what is distance? The length of the path. The length of the path. The length of the path which an object covers. Which an object covers. One word we can use, the length of actual path. Okay, so this is the actual path which an object is traveling starting from A to B. Then we will be calling it as distance, and it is obviously measured in meter, kilometers. Okay, these are the two fundamental units, meter or kilometers, and even higher units are there. But what is displacement? Displacement is the shortest path. Displacement is the shortest path. We can take an example. See, if I am taking a right angle triangle, you will be knowing that Pythagoras theorem now. See, it is 3 kilometers suppose, and this is 4 kilometer. Okay, so obviously with Pythagoras, you know, this is your perpendicular, this is your base, and this is your hypotenuse. So you will be having a relation is there. If it is a right angle triangle, perpendicular square plus base square is equals h square, that is hypotenuse square. So we can say 4 square plus 3 square equals 5 square, that is 16 plus 9, 25. So 25 is the square of 5. So this will be your hypotenuse will be h square will be 25, so h will be 5. So it will be 5 kilometers. So suppose a person has to go from A to C. There are two methods. First he can go through, suppose he has gone to B part, then B to C part. Okay, so he has traveled 3 plus 4. So distance, suppose the distance is length of actual path. This is the only possible path. So it is 3 kilometer plus 4 kilometer. So it will be 7 kilometer. Okay, but if he has an option of going shortcut, shortest path, but shortest path will be 5 kilometer. So this shortest path we are calling it as displacement. So here in this figure, displacement is how much? 5 kilometer. I hope you got the idea. We'll take one more example. If you are moving in a circular path or in a circular track, There also you can see this application. Suppose some person is starting from A point. After taking a round, again he is coming to back to A point. That time displacement will be 0. Displacement will be 0 because he has started from A and end at A. So displacement will be 0. The shortcut is 0. But this, if I am taking distance, so you know in a circle if it is radius, then what is the circumference? So that will be your distance. That is 2 pi r. 2 pi r. Pi value you know, pi is 22/7. Okay, this is the value of pi. So I hope you got some difference. What is the difference in displacement and distance? I will take one more example so that you can be very clear. See, we are talking about initial and final point. So we have to see initial and final point. If initial and final points are coinciding, then we will be calling displacement as 0. See, in a displacement, this initial point and final point, they will be same. In distance, we will be taking the length of actual path. See, as we have taken one example, no? In a circle, one person has started to take round from A, and it has, after taking round, it has come back to that position. It means its initial point and final point are same. So we are calling it as displacement as 0. Displacement as 0, but distance as 2 pi r. This is one round. If he is taking 4 round also, same distance will be there. 4 round, so same displacement will be, in that case also displacement will be 0, but 4 rounds distance will be 8 pi r. Okay, so I hope you got the point. So here we can conclude that distance will always have some value, but displacement can be 0 also. Okay, so distance cannot be 0. The next topic is types of motion. See, motion we have already done. What is motion? But we will be talking about types. So it may be of two types. First one is uniform motion, and another one is non-uniform motion. You should know the graphical representation. See, you have done it in maths. This is x-axis, this is y-axis. So in x-axis I am taking time, and in y-axis I am taking the position, I can say. Okay, if an object changes its position with respect to time in a uniform way, then we are calling it as uniform motion. See, if I am drawing a line here, and I am taking time calibrations here, time 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, and object, this is the position, no? So this is the reference point, so I am taking, this is 5 meter. Okay, the position we are taking in meters. Okay, so 5 meter, then 10 meters, then 15 meters, then 20 meters, like that. So in first second, suppose it is traveling or changing its position 5 meter. Then in the next it is taking 10. Then next again 5 it is taking. Then again 5 changes, we can see. So what we can say, it is a uniform motion, because with respect to time, in each second that object is changing its position by 5 units. It may be meter, kilometer, whatever it is. But in non-uniform motion, it will not be uniform. See how, suppose I am taking time here, and here it is taking position. So what will be the, see, suppose 1 second, 2 second, 3 second, 4 second. In 1 second, suppose it is going 5 meter. Okay, but in another second it is going 10. Another then 2 only. Okay, so it will not be a uniform motion. It will be a non-uniform motion. 5, then it has went to 15, then 17. Another I will take one more we can take. Then again 4 units, that is 21. So if we see the position with respect to your time is uniform, but that change in position is not uniform. Okay, first time we have seen 5 units, then 10 units, then again 2 units, then 4 units. So it, with respect to time, it is not changing its position in a uniform way. So we will be calling it as non-uniform motion. Okay, then we will be taking next example is speed. So this is very important topic, speed, distance and time. I will be giving you a small trick, through that you can relate these things. Speed, distance and time. Distance we have already done, it is the length of the actual path. Speed, distance and time. See, you will be making a triangle. Here you will be writing D, here you will be writing S, and here T. So distance equals, see, if I am covering distance, then speed and time is there. Then we will be calling it as speed into time. Then if I am taking speed, then I will cover speed here. So it will be distance divided by time. distance divided by time. If I am taking time, if I am covering time, so I can see distance divided by speed. So time will be distance divided by speed. Based on this, you will be having a small questions. But I will take here first speed. What is speed? Speed, as we have done, speed is distance divided by time. We can derive that. Now you see what is speed. Speed is basically represent the rate at which an object is moving. Speed means the distance covered per unit time. That is distance divided by time. It tells us at what rate the object is moving. Means how much distance it is covering in the given time, that we are calling speed. So this relation is very important. Using this DST triangle, you can relate these three terms. So you can see three terms here: speed, then distance, and then time. Okay. Then what are the types? Again we will be taking, see, if an object is changing its position or if an object covers equal distance in equal interval of time, then we will be calling it as uniform speed. And if an object is covering unequal distance in equal interval of time, then we will be calling it as, here also you can make a graph, no? Okay. So similar kind of graph. Suppose in here you will be taking time, here you will be taking distance. Similar way, distance, time. Suppose 1 second at 5, another second at 10, another second, another means third second it is 15. So you can see every time it will be a straight line graph. Okay, 5, 10, 15. So distance covered by the object in unit time is same, 5 unit, 5 unit, 5 unit. But here you can write, suppose first it is 5 meter, then in the next one it has reached to 15, then 19. Like that, there is no similarity. In first second it is traveling 5 meter distance. In second it is traveling 10. Then again it is traveling only 4. Okay, so it is not uniform. So this is uniform speed, this is non-uniform speed. And what is the unit? Distance, as I told, standard unit is meter divided by second. So we will be calling meter per second. This is very important. Meter per second. Units you should know. Sometimes you will find it as in kilometer per hour also. Kilometer divided by hour. So you will be writing it kilometer per hour. How to convert that you should know. See, suppose I am taking 90 kilometer per hour. You have to convert it into meter per second. So there is a trick, or what you can do, 90 into 5 by 18. Okay, so 18 5s are 90, so 5 into 5, 25 meter per second. Okay, you can convert 36 kilometers per hour into meter per second. So what you will be doing, 36 into 5 by 18. So what is your answer? 10 meter per second. The conversion is very important. They can ask you reverse also. In the reverse case, you will multiply by 18 by 5. See, I will take one more example. Suppose we will take 25 meter per second. You are to change it into kilometer per hour. So what you will be doing, multiply it by 18 by 5. So 25 into 18 by 5. So 5 5s are 25. So it is 18 into 5, 90 kilometer per hour. So these conversions you should know. Now we will move to next topic, that is velocity. Similar way you can do velocity also. See, velocity is here related with displacement, and as we know there are two quantities. First is the quantities which are depending on only magnitude. They are not dependent on any direction. We are calling them scalar. Okay, scalar quantities, and another ones are vector quantities. So here is a basic difference. Scalar means they will be having only magnitude. They will be having some value only. They will not depend on any direction. But vector quantities depend on direction. Okay. So velocity, if I am taking, velocity means displacement divided by displacement covered by the object divided by time. Or sometimes in textbook you will find distance covered by the object in a direction. Distance covered by an object in a particular direction. Direction is the test. So distance plus direction, that is displacement divided by time. Unit will be same, velocity, as displacement also meter divided by second. So it will be meter per second only. Again we can do the same kind of graphical representation. If an object covers equal displacement in equal interval of time, then it will be uniform velocity. If an object does not cover any equal displacement in given interval of time, then we will calling it as non-uniform velocity. So there more types are there: average velocity and average velocity and average speed. Average word is used when we are having average speed means initially some object is traveling with different speed. Initial speed plus final speed divided by 2. So it will be u plus v divided by 2. There is a graphical representation. See, u means initial velocity. This is the standard denotation. Initial speed we will be taking. Initial speed we will be taking by u, and v is the final speed and t is the time. Okay, similar way you can write average velocity also. There you will be using initial velocity plus final velocity divided by 2. So there is a little difference only. If we are talking the distance in terms of some particular direction, that time we are calling it as displacement. There is a slight difference only. In one displacement we are considering direction, and in speed we are not considering any direction. Okay, so next we will go for very important is acceleration. Based on that you will be finding many applications later on. So acceleration is very important to study. Acceleration is the rate of change of velocity. Means by what rate your velocity is changing. Acceleration is rate of change of velocity. Rate of change of velocity means velocity is not constant here. See, initially suppose velocity is u and final velocity is v. So we are talking about the change. Final this value, initial value is this. So what is the change? Change means v minus u with respect to time. That is called acceleration. This a here is acceleration as we have already done, and v is final velocity. And u is initial velocity. Okay, so acceleration is v minus u divided by t, or if you cross multiply it, then you will find a relation v minus u is equal to at. So v is equal to u plus at. That is your first equation of motion also. So it is the final velocity, initial velocity, acceleration into time. So that relation is very important. And what is the unit now? See, a is change in velocity. Change in velocity means meter per second divided by time again second. So acceleration unit will be meter second. This second will come down, second into second. That is meter divided by second square, or we can say meter per second square. That is very important. Okay, so the unit you should know, that is meter per second square. Now, what are different types of acceleration? Next we will take, after acceleration, retardation. So what is retardation? As the name itself, you can see retard means some decreasing values will be there. Retard means negative acceleration, we can say. Because why we are telling negative acceleration? As we have done, acceleration is rate of change of velocity divided by time. So sometimes you will see when we are stopping an object, so its velocity will go down. Finally its velocity is, suppose this is the final velocity, and final velocity value is less, initial velocity is more. When we are putting brake, so value of u is more and value of v is less. So the difference will be minus. So acceleration value will come minus, negative value. So when we are putting brake, or when velocity is going down, initially its velocity is higher and later on its velocity is going down, so we will be calling it as retardation. Retardation means negative acceleration. So here value will come negative. Okay, so this is called retardation, and graph will be very important. The graph will be decreasing in nature. With the time, speed is going down. With the time, with respect to time, see, initial speed is this much, very high value. Suppose I am taking is 25 meter per second, and here if you take this value, this is suppose 5 meter per second. Okay, with respect to time it is 5 meter per second. So see the change. Earlier initial value is 25, u value is 25, and v value is 5. So if you take example, v is 5, no, final velocity, and initial velocity is 25, divided by time. Suppose time we can take roughly 10 seconds. In 10 seconds it has happened. So see the difference. Here you will get a minus value, minus 20 divided by 10. So here acceleration will be minus 2 meter per second square. So the negative value indicates retardation. Okay. So we have covered up to this. Then equation of motion and their graphical representation along with uniform circular motion we will take in another video. I hope you like the video. Please subscribe my channel and you will find more and more interesting videos, and we will be specifically focused on numericals. Theory and other things you can read the textbook, NCERT and whatever reference book you have. But our focus will be the concept clarity and competitive exams perspective, how you are going to approach the questions. Okay, bye bye.